So we have stopped at sources. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed about syllabus. What was the syllabus in the geography? So there are 3 topics. What are the topics? What are the topics in geography? Physical, human, environment. Generally, what are the topics that UPSC has given? What are the topic? Silent features of physical geography, world physical geography. Then importance of geophysical phenomena. Then distribution of key natural resources across the world. So distribution of key natural resources. Distribution of key natural resources across the world. Generally, resources, it is talking about the resources across. Every year there will be a 3 or 2 questions. One will be 15 marker, one will be 10 marker questions from this topic. What are these resources? Resources mainly it consists of mineral, energy and water resources. It is talking about these things: minerals, energy, water resources. Or see, for example, mineral resources. There was a question on rubber distribution. Okay, there was a question on rubber. Okay, rubber distribution across the world. Growth of rubber plants across the world. So, and also the rubber plants, rubber distribution across the world, particularly in the South Asia, Southeast Asia. It grows in Kerala, it grows in Southeast Asia. That is Myanmar, Thailand, Cambodia. Is it clear? And Malaysia also. Plus, what are the impacts of rubber plantation or rubber industry on environment, they have asked. Rubber on environment. Crude oil distribution, they have asked. Industrial distribution, they have asked. Okay, agriculture also, even in the resources like agriculture, that why the green revolution was a successful in the northwestern part of India, why the green revolution is a failure in other parts of the India. Punjab, Haryana and western UP is successful, but it is a failure in the rest of the eastern part of the India. What were the reasons for that? These are all comes under industry, agriculture and mineral distribution. All comes under your this thing. That is what called as economic geography. Clear, right? Then you see, and that's what I am coming to that only. So what is the sources? What is the sources of this? What are the sources for geography? What are the sources for geography? Sources for geography. Clear? See, no need to refer any extra material. First source is what is this? Yes or no? What is this? Today you are writing your notes. Tomorrow you will become topper. That notes will become topper's notes. Got it? Your notes are important. Is it clear? So it is your notes. This is nothing but your notes. Your own notes. Class notes. That is the first source. But Second source. This is your NCERTs. There are 3 NCERTs that you have to read. 3 NCERTs compulsory that you have to read. And I'll make you mark that which topics has to be read, which pages has to be read. Apart from that, if you read anything extra, it's a waste. Okay? There are 3 books. First book is Fundamentals of Physical Geography. Fundamental of Physical Geography. Fundamentals of Physical Geography. Class 11th NCERT. Class 11th NCERT. Fundamentals of Physical Geography. Okay. Then second would be India's physical setting. Physical environment. This is also, it talks about the physical features of India. This book talks about the physical features of India. The 5 chapters which I have told you yesterday. What are that 5? First, Indian physical setting, physiography of India. Second, drainage system, climate of India. Then natural vegetation, soils of India. It talks about these 5 chapters are there in this book. Okay, and there are certain mistakes which are present in the NCERTs also. They are very small, 1 or 2 mistakes are there, that I will tell you when the chapter comes. Okay, but Indian physical setting, class 11th. Then we have land and the people. Land and the people. This is class 12th. This is what economic geography is. Economic geography. There are 3 books that you have to read compulsory, mandatory. Okay. First you have to read your notes. Second is your NCERTs. Okay, this will build your not only base but 75 to 80% of your topics will be covered. 75 to 80% of the topics will be covered. Then if you want, then you can refer this GC Leong for geography. GC Leong. Okay, basics will be there. GC Leong. Okay, if you have any doubts or if you have any further queries or if you are interested to read more, then this one you have to follow. Otherwise, no need at all. Okay, these 2 are enough. Plus mandatory is mandatory. Everyone has to follow and he has to bring this to the class every day. What is that? Atlas. Anyone, Oxford or Black Swan. Okay, Black Swan would be better because of the quality of the picture. Swan, SWANN. Clear? Oxford, anything is better here. Okay, anything is better. It depends upon you which one is clarity. Just see and buy it. Clear? This you have to bring every day. At least you have to bring every day, because mapping is also done. Because every year prelims carries 3 to 4 questions only on maps. Up to 2023 that was a scenario. 2024 we cannot say. Is it clear? So mapping is a trend for UPSC. Whichever are in the news, that mapping regions they will ask you. like Caspian Sea surrounding countries, Black Sea surrounding countries, Israel surrounding countries, Iran surrounding countries, like that. Okay, Israel part is Israel, Iraq, all this part, Levant region. They are called as a Levant region. Why they are called Levant region? What are the scenarios, etc. That you have to study from here. Mapping point. So geography mapping also will come. Geography mapping. Geography mapping. Mapping also will be a part of it. Point clear? Any doubts? Done? Right? So this is the source of your geography. Clear? Mapping also will be done simultaneously. Wherever it is required. Point clear? Any doubts? Doubts clear? Yes? So I told you what is the sources, what is the syllabus that we have discussed. Point clear? Now we will start with the first chapter, silent features of world physical geography. First topic. In that we will start with the climatology. Shall I? Okay. See here. Silent features of world physical geography. It is a salient features of world physical geography, and it will cover this also. Okay, this is the first topic. Okay, and it will also cover important geophysical phenomena. Okay, it will also cover, first chapter will be covering these topics: important geophysical phenomena, like cyclone, etc., etc. Point clear? These are the things. So first topic, put heading climatology. Okay, running notes you have to make it as habit. If anything is there, I'll dictate, but running notes should be your habit. Clear? Now what is climatology? First of all, what do you mean by climatology? Study of climate. What is climate now? What is climate? What is climate? And what is weather? Weather. What is the difference between the climate and weather first?
Climate is seasonal.
Seasonal. Okay. Weather is influenced by climate, or climate is influenced by weather?
Climate is influenced by
weather. But what is climate? Climate is nothing but average weather conditions of 30 to 32 years we take. Average weather conditions. Climate is nothing but an average weather conditions of 30 to 32 years. In some books 35 years also they have mentioned. Average weather conditions of 30 to 32 years we take as your climate. Generally climate is a long-term phenomena. And also for large region or area. We say it is a climate. Generally we talk like this. You went to Europe trip. How was the climate of Europe? Will you ask like this? Or will you ask, you went to the Europe trip. How was the weather conditions of the Europe? Which one is correct? First or second? Which one is correct? Is it first statement correct? Second statement? You went to Europe trip. How was the climate of the Europe? Second, you went to Europe trip. How was the weather of the Europe? First one we will ask. Okay, we generally ask the Europe. Europe means larger area. It is a climate. Generally, when you are in the Delhi, how do you ask? What do you ask? Weather or a climate? Or how is your weather here? It's very cool here. How is your weather now? I have seen that there was a warning, heat waves warning in your area. What is this describe about? Climate or weather? What does it describe? Weather. It describes about the weather. If you want to fly a kite, if you want to play cricket, for example, what do you ask your friend? Yeah, see, just is it raining or still, or it has stopped? Is it referring? I am referring to weather or climate? Weather. Is it clear? Weather is a short-term phenomena for a smaller region. Is it clear? It is a short-term phenomena. Weather is a short-term phenomena. Short-term phenomena. And weather changes quickly or climate changes quickly? Weather changes quickly. So, can I say weather is a dynamic in nature? Dynamic in nature. It's a dynamic in nature. Yes or no? Right? Dynamic means it changes very frequently. It changes very frequently. Meaning what? In hours, within hours it will change. Hours. Within hours. Like for example, in the morning, in the afternoon it is very bright sunny. Suddenly in the evening hours there will be showers. What is that? Weather? Yes or no? It has changed dynamically? Yes, but climate is not like that. Climate change for a decade, for a long-term phenomena. It changes occur in long-term process. But this is a short-term process. Short-term process. Yes or no? Now tell me, which is more harmful, climate change or weather change? Which is more catastrophic, climate change or weather change? Why you are saying climate change?
Because say it rains today, it doesn't make a huge difference, right? But suddenly the average rainfall increases by say 100 centimeters. The capacity will drop.
Okay. It will be suddenly or it will be a long-term phenomena? I mean slowly, gradually. That doesn't mean that it is not catastrophic then.
It's still catastrophic. Like the sea level will rise. Then like the seashore.
Sea level will rise suddenly or over a period of time?
Over a period.
Then
it is still catastrophic.
But that level, sea level rise, it is not catastrophic. Gradual increase of temperature will lead to the global warming. Okay, but it not suddenly change the weather conditions. Climate change will relate to the weather conditions change. understand it properly, climate change will lead to the weather conditions changes. That means if the climate change is taking place over a period of time, weather will also change. Is it clear? That means climate change will lead to more severe cyclones. Climate change will lead to more floods. Climate change will lead to more cyclones. Climate change will lead to more droughts. Climate change will lead to more these heat waves. Is it clear? Climate change is making weather conditions to change. But which is catastrophic, weather or climate? Weather. Weather is a catastrophic event. Catastrophic event. That is, sudden changes takes place. Sudden changes. Sudden changes, catastrophic, which is more harmful also. Yes or no? Weather change will lead to drastic disasters. Disasters. It will lead to the disasters. Catastrophic will lead to disasters. Disasters in the life. It will lead to the disasters in the life. Which one? Catastrophic events. Catastrophic.
Sir, after immediate rain have immediate weather no, sir. After immediate rain have sunrise. Somewhat it is balancing no, sir.
No.
How?
Suddenly, if there is a downpour for a particular period of time, like 4 hours, 3 hours, or 1 day, or 1.5 day, can I say that area will be under the floods? Area is under the floods. That means the weather changed or climate changed. Climate change wala weather change. Yes or no? Understood? Because of the climate change, weather has changed. Weather, extreme weather conditions, we will say these are extreme weather conditions. Weather conditions. This has occurred due to this extreme weather has occurred due to the climate change. Climate change is a gradual change. It is not sudden change. Yes or no? Climate change is what? Climate change, it is a, I am writing here, okay? It is a gradual change. Gradual, slow, gradual change. It is not sudden. And due to this phenomena occur. Yes or no? Extreme cyclone. Okay, in the next week there will be a cyclone which will be hitting our eastern coast. Next or next week. It is because of what? Climate change has led to extreme weather conditions. Now, which is more impactful? This one or that one? This one only.
Sir, ultimately climate will be on.
Climate is a cause, impact is weather. Understood? Right? Climate is a cause. But who is impacting more? Weather only. Weather gives rise to these things. Point clear? Yes or no? So this is catastrophic. This is slow. Now, who will be more benefit from the climate, from the weather? Climate is required to which of the profession? Or climate is required to which of the professions? Farmers. Why? Soils determines the climate. Climate generally, climate will determine the soil conditions. Will determine soil conditions. Am I right or wrong? Climate of that particular region will determine the soil conditions. Yes or no? Climate will determine the soil conditions. Yes or no? Right? But if you look at here, okay. Right. So, climate will determine the soil conditions. Yes or no? Now, with the soil conditions, the farmers will grow the crops which are suitable. Yes, so climate is required for farmers, climate is required for the other persons. But weather and climate is also required for geographers. Mainly, climate is required for geographers. Geography people, geographers. Mainly for the geographers. Geographers will always determine the climate. They go with the climate, not with the weather. Weather will be for meteorological department. Yes or no? Right? Climate will be determined by, that means it is more useful for geographers. Because they will tell what kind of pattern of human settlements will be occurring. They will tell what kind of soils will be formed. They will tell what kind of vegetations will be formed based on the climatic conditions. Yes or no? Climatic conditions will determine my vegetation also. Like what kind of trees that has to be grown. A trees vastai ikkada. Okay, if it is a hot climate, which trees will come? If it is a cold climate, which trees will come? If it is a humid climate, which trees will come? If it is a monsoon type of climate, which trees will come? It is a desert climate, which trees will come? So based on that natural vegetation, resources will be determined. Livelihood opportunities will be determined. Yes or no? Based on that opportunities, based on that trees, based on that natural vegetation, your livelihood opportunities will be decided. In the desert, settlements will be less. Resource will be less, livelihood opportunities will also be less. Monsoon type of climate, very big trees will grow. That means people in that locality will depend on the resources from that natural vegetation. That's why geography is what? It is a bridge between natural science and social science. Geography is a bridge between the natural science and social science. What are natural sciences? Natural sciences are your climate, weather, or other things. What is the social science? Agriculture, mineral resources, etc. It's a bridge, because based on the climate only, your settlements will be determined. Based on the water flow or river flow, your settlements are determined. Point clear? Huh? Yes or no? That is the difference between, these are the difference between climate and weather. Any doubts? Okay, right? Second, now you write in the climate, one point you write in the climate, in climate it is a diastrophic changes. Climate is a diastrophic changes. In weather you write, weather side, weather you write, weather is highly variable, weather is highly variable with space and time. Weather is highly variable with space and time. Okay, here you have written climate will determine soil conditions and human settlements also, right? Human settlements also. It's a human settlements. Point clear? Huh? Yes or no? Done this one? Now next, second, origin of the atmosphere. Let us see how the atmosphere was formed. Origin of the atmosphere. What are the gases which are present now? What are the gases which are present? Nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, and others. Yes or no? But initially it was not the nitrogen. It was not the oxygen. It was not the carbon dioxide. Then what was there? Actually, we are living in the third atmosphere. It has modified 2 times. Who has modified them? Why the atmosphere was formed? What was the gases which were present? Generally, gases, there are 2 things. One, heterosphere and homosphere. Generally, it is divided like this. One is called up to 80 kilometer homosphere. And above 80 kilometers, it is called heterosphere. In the homosphere, homo means it is a mixture. Same mixture. It is a mixture of gases. Is it clear? Homosphere, we will find there is a mixture of gases. Okay? But in heterosphere, gases are arranged. Arranged in layer by layer. How they are arranged in the layer by layer? Based on their not pressure, their density. Yes or no? Their density, based on their density. The more the denser, they will be at the bottom. Lesser the denser, they will be at the top. More lesser denser, they will be on the more topper. Like, for example, you see hydrogen or helium. Which one is more denser? Based on their atomic number. Atomic mass. Helium? Yes or no? First hydrogen will come, then helium will come. So more weight, density is more to the helium. Helium will be placed here. Then hydrogen will be placed here. So layer by layer. But in the homosphere, you will find a mixture of gases. It is because of the turbulences which are present. Turbulences. We will see what is the turbulence. It is because of the turbulence. Turbulence of air. So this turbulence will provide mixture of gases. The gases will move up, down. We'll find nitrogen, we'll find oxygen, we'll find carbon dioxide, we'll find helium, we find every other things. Point clear? They react. Some gases are reactive in nature at the lower surfaces. Some gases are reactive in nature in the higher surfaces. Chlorine is non-reactive at the bottom. That is troposphere. When the chlorine goes into the stratosphere, they will react with ozone particles and deplete the ozone. Point clear? Yes or no? Some are reactive, some are very stable. Some gases are very stable when they are present in the lower atmosphere. As they go up, their reactive nature changes. Is it clear? Right? So that's why we will see that. Which are gases which are reactive, which are not reactive. Okay? Done. So one is the turbulence of the air. That is a mixture of gases. Now how did the atmosphere was formed? First we will write. You have drawn this? Okay, then write. Homosphere. It is a portion of air at which the variable components are theoretically removed. Okay, actually air is composed of like this. Air is fixed components, variable components. Okay, fixed components, you write. What are the fixed components? Fixed components are divided again into two primary components and secondary components. Secondary components. Okay, what are primary components? Primary components are nitrogen, oxygen. These are nitrogen. Primary components are nitrogen 78%. Okay, oxygen 24%. Argon, then carbon dioxide, etc. Neon, xenon, etc. These are primary components. Secondary are nitrogen, hydrogen, krypton, hydrogen, nitrogen. N2, this is N. Okay, this is krypton. Sorry, not nitrogen here. It's not nitrogen, sorry. It is neon and krypton, sorry. Okay, neon, krypton, and also helium. These are secondary components. Okay, secondary components. Variable components are ozone layer, ozone, variable, yes or no? Then we also have variable components like dust, particulate matters. PM means particulate matters. It is highly variable, and even water vapor. Which one? Aerosols comes under PM only. Particulate matters. Aerosols are what? Dust particles. PM 2.1, 2.5, 2, 1, 10, etc. Water vapors. Water vapor. These are variable components. There are variable components. Okay, then heterogeneous layer. You write heterogeneous layer. Heterogeneous layer. In this layer, gases are arranged. Layer by layer. First point. Second point, you write. Second, in this layer, gases are based on their atomic weight. Now in this two layer, which one is suitable for life? Homosphere is suitable. Oxygen is present. Yes or no? So homosphere is suitable for the life. Right? Then what is the atmosphere, origin of the atmosphere? How did the origin of the atmosphere took place? See, when the earth was, due to the Big Bang theory, you know Big Bang theory? Explosion occurred, and or the molecules which were exploded, these molecules moved apart, cooled down, condensed, cooled down, solidified, and formed the different planets. Yes or no? So in the origin of the atmosphere, generally, you know, the earth was a molten magma. the earth was initially 4.6 billion years ago. Billion years ago, earth was called as a molten magma. Molten magma. Right? But listen, don't write anything, just listen first. I'll give the time to write. So what happened? Initially it formed its own atmosphere, which was made up of hydrogen and helium. Hydrogen and helium gases and other gases. Other like neon, xenon, argon, etc. Inert gases. But this was escaped. Why? This initially, in the initial stage, initially earth has its own atmosphere, but it escaped. Why? Question is why? Why it got escaped? What was the reasons? Think. What could be the reasons?
Natural vegetation.
Yeah, there is no vegetation at all. Helium, hydrogen was there, huh? Where? Lev. There is no water at all. No. What I written? I gave the hint also.
Did they have to make the stuff that came from the ground? The environment.
No, solid phase, then what will happen? What will happen? What are the reasons for this? What are the reasons for this? Reasons. Can I say, whenever there is a high temperatures, the gases will start evaporating or escape. Yes or no? Whenever there is a surface temperatures, initially the earth temperatures are very, very high, 4000, 3000 degrees Celsius. In this case, the gas will not stick to the atmosphere, it will escape, evaporate. Understood first point? Initially, the earth temperatures are very high. Initially, the earth temperature, earth surface temperatures are very, very high. Number 1 point. Okay, second, tell me. There is one more with respect to this only, first point only. Escape because of the temperatures were high. There is one more reason. The earth in the initial stage was near to the sun. What will happen now? More insulation, more temperature. So can I say it was near, initially the earth was near to the sun. Same insulation, same escape. Second, third reason. Why what got escaped? Temperature? That's what we have written. Increase in the temperatures near to the earth's surface, insulation is high. Any other factor?
How did they form an atmosphere if it was already so hot that these things were moving away? Mercury, do they have that atmosphere? No or yes? Yes.
Venus, they have that atmosphere? Yes or no? Venus has an atmosphere, yes or no? Mercury has an atmosphere, yes or no? No. Why? Because it is very near to the sun. Because of the high temperatures, whatever the atmosphere gases which were released or gases which are surrounding, it will escape. At high temperatures, no gas will be stabilized. Is it clear? Yes or no? They react, they escape. Either they react or they escape it. Point 1 clear? Yes or no? So high temperatures are responsible for the escape of the gases. The high temperatures, why? Because it was initial stage of cooling. High temperatures of 3000, 4000, 6000 degrees Celsius. Okay, clear? Third reason was that initially the earth size is small. So what will happen? Earth size is very small. Exactly. Gravity will also be less. Gravity will be less. The gravity is less, they cannot hold the gases together. Understood the point? Yes or no? The lesser the gravity, the lesser the capacity to hold it. The more the gravity, the more gases will be formed or will be tightly bonded. Point clear? Then the fourth reason is gamma ray burst. Ray burst. What is this gamma ray burst, sir? Anyone from science background? What is gamma ray burst? Doubt. Ask.
How inert gas itself, gases are
highly reactive.
According to density, they are arranged, sir.
No, that is in the heterosphere.
No, sir, they behave according to their density or something. How it depends on gravity?
Which one?
Not liquid.
I did not get the point.
Gravity, inert gases.
Not inert gases, all gases, no? It is not inert gases, all the gases are there. It is not only inert gases, all the gases, other gases are also present. All the other gases, like today, oxygen is bounded onto the earth's surface due to the gravity of the earth only. If the earth do not have the gravity, oxygen would have been escaped. Nitrogen would have been escaped, or other gases would have been escaped. Carbon dioxide would have escaped. We do not have to face any climate change. We do not have the gravity. If there is a gravity, because of the presence of gravity only, these gases are tightly bounded within the earth atmosphere. Point clear?
So my point is, gases are present in atmosphere and according to their density or
in the
reactiveness.
That is that
Gravity will.
According to density, they are present, but they are moved in the heterosphere. They are present because of the lack of air. There is no air in the heterosphere, but in the homosphere there is a mixture of air, turbulence I told. Yes or no? So the gases which are present at the bottom will move up, which are present at the top will move down. So there is a mixture. It is not based on the density. It is a mixture. Point clear? What do you mean by gamma ray burst? Anyone?
Like something happened in the sun resulting in those solar waves or whatever they call it.
Yes, correct.
I'm guessing.
Yes, correct. That is right. Actually, it is a high energy event. What is that? High energy event. What is this high energy event? High energy event means whenever the two large bodies, whenever the two large bodies collide with each other, the waves or the energy which is released from this will destroy the atmosphere of any other planets. So in the initial formation of the in the initial formation of the solar system, when the earth was formed, or remaining other planets would have been still in the formation stage, and there might be events like black hole collision, black hole supernova collision, or supernova neutron stars formation, star formation would have been occurred. So whenever the large bodies collide, the energy through which it is rippling, or energy, whatever the energy or waves which were traveling from them, will destroy the atmosphere which are near to them. So this event would have taken place at that time. This is called as gamma ray burst. Clear? So it is a high energy event. It is a high energy event. High energy event. Okay, just write. Note down.
So it's the same hypothetically like Venus or
It is an hypothetical.
wasn't crashed into sun today.
Which one?
Venus or any of these.
Mercury.
Yeah,
First we will see that Mercury will clash into the sun, but generally according to the Albert Einstein general theory of relativity, universe is not sinking, universe is expanding, and according to that Mercury is going to submerge, that is collided with the sun or submerged into the sun.
Yeah, so will that result in a similar higher?
Maybe, and that may or may not also, because it is not the high energy event. High energy events are like black hole collision, black hole neutron supernova or neutron star collision, neutron star collision, black hole collision, black hole supernova collision. Okay. Over. This is a collision. Okay, this is collision. Collision. Now what would have happened? Now what will happen? Over. Now the earth started cooling down. So as the earth started cooling down, see here, listen carefully. Earth started cooling down. So outer layer will cool faster or inner layer will cool faster? Outer layer is called as a crust. So can I say that the outer layer cools faster? Outer layer cools faster. But inside it is still hot, molten. So can I say temperatures are very high inside? It is more than or equal to 6000 degrees Celsius. Yes or no? 6000 degrees Celsius. So can I say that difference of temperature between the outer layer as well as the inner layer led to the burst that is called as a volcanic bursts. Okay, this process is called volcanic burst took place like this. Volcanic burst has happened. In the formation of cooling, the outer layer cooled faster, inner layer is still hot molten magma. This magma busted because of the difference of temperature and pressure. Is it clear? So when the magma busted it out, okay, with the magma there was a gases also which was formed, and these gases are carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, etc. What was that? Carbon dioxide, methane, water vapor, etc. But highest was water vapor. Water vapor. Point clear? Adhamainda? And these water vapor, they go and form the clouds. They go and form the water vapor. When they are moved up, they form the clouds. Low, here inside is molten. This is magma kada? Magma is in the form of liquid. When high temperatures come, evaporation in it too. Water, yes, it is a magma, molten state. That's what, there was one news also, I will show you. Below the surface, అంటే నీ కింద భూమి కింద పెద్ద సముద్రం ఉంది. Below 700 kilometers, there is an ocean which is bigger than Pacific, bigger than Atlantic, combined of Pacific, Atlantic and Indian Ocean in the astronosphere. Still the research is going on that how did the water come into the picture. News kavala? Sure. When it was recently. New evidence of ocean water deep in the earth. Where deep in the earth? You see, interior of the earth. Interior of the earth. 410 miles deeper, and almost 700 kilometers. Dehydration, melting at those conditions are also observed. Study high pressure experiments suggested transition zone may contain ocean worth of water dissolved in high pressure rocks. Okay, the finding of all previous assumptions about the earth on June 13th. This was around 700. We cannot go that deep. Man has never entered beyond 3 or 1 kilometer, beyond 1 kilometer. That's it, 1 kilometer deep only. Clear? Which one? Water is there, but which whether it is a fresh or salt, we do not know. It is a fresh. అది గ్రౌండ్లో, అది లిథోస్ఫియర్ కింద ఉంది, అంటే ఆస్ట్రోనోస్ఫియర్ దగ్గర ఉంది, రైట్? ఓకే. Now what happens? This water vapor starts moving up. This water vapor started moving up. So this, when the water vapor started moving up, what will happen? There was clouds, and these clouds converted into rain. This is how the water was formed. This is one assumption, and the other assumption is meteoroids have brought the water molecules, and this, from there reaction took place with the gases and formed the oceans. That's why I did not say. Okay, it is an assumption, hypothesis, but generally this one is we believe. This process is called as a degassing process. Degassing process. What is this? Degassing. Through the degassing process only the gases rised up. Okay, and now water vapor is removed. Can you say this? Water vapor is removed from the atmosphere. Yes or no? How? Because of the it has become clouds and condensed and formed the water. So water vapor is removed. Which is the highest gas now? But what is the gas which is present in the present atmosphere? Then argon, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide place is fourth, but carbon dioxide place in this layer first. Now who has removed it? Who has removed? Who has removed it? This was the second layer of the atmosphere. What was the first layer? Hydrogen, helium and other gases, which was removed by this process. This is the second layer, degassing process. Now who has removed this carbon dioxide? There was a bacteria, okay, eukaryotic bacteria. Eukaryotic bacteria. This bacteria is extinct now, but what they do, they take carbon dioxide and release extinct, because in the atmosphere the total carbon dioxide was reduced to minimum 0.03%.
Not enough for them.
So what happened? Carbon dioxide was removed and oxygen was replaced. Now with this, actually it was carbon dioxide, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, methane, etc. It was a nitrogen. Water vapor like this. It was water vapor. Water vapor removed, nitrogen was present. Then carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide was removed. Then it was replaced by oxygen. So this was a present. But now what we are doing? We are trying to replace it with again. This is what climate change. This atmosphere, present atmosphere is Anthropocene atmosphere. Anthropocene atmosphere. Anthropocene. Anthropogenic atmosphere. Anthropocene atmosphere. We are living in the modified atmosphere. So tomorrow, after our extinction, we all get extinct, there will be a fourth atmosphere where some new species will live. Point clear, huh? This is where the origin of the atmosphere started. This is how the atmosphere originated. Point clear or any doubts? Clear or doubts? You have doubts? Clear? Okay. Then put heading. Structure of the atmosphere. Structure of the atmosphere. Structure of the atmosphere. Right? So draw this along with me. So tomorrow we will continue. 0 kilometer. This is equator. This is poles. Poles. This is not the straight line. Okay? Sir might have missed the straight line. This is not the straight line. This is 18 kilometer and this is 5 to 8 kilometers. Point clear? This is called troposphere. Up to 50 kilometer, this is your stratosphere. Stratosphere. Then up to 80 kilometer, mesosphere. Then Ionosphere, exosphere. Exo, then ino. This is your ino and exo. Ionosphere and exosphere. Combinedly it is called thermosphere. It is beyond 80 now, everything. Okay, up to see here, up to 100 kilometer. Come take different color. 100 kilometer. This 100 kilometer is called as Karman line. Karman line. That means countries, those countries which comes under this boundary. If this is a country up to 100 kilometers, the sovereignty over the space is claimed by that country. Understood? The sovereignty. For example, this is my country. Okay, from here to here, up to 100 kilometers, it is my aerospace zone. Aero zone. No, not satellites. Not satellites. Aeroplanes, helicopters, or other space materials can be placed here. Okay, that means aeroplanes will go under this only, your helicopters will go under this only, etc. Aerospace sovereignty will be claimed by that country only. Beyond this is called outer space. Beyond this it is called outer space. No one can claim sovereignty. Outer space. No one can claim sovereignty. No one can. It is common for all. Point clear? It is common for all. And temperatures. How the temperatures will act. See here. Temperatures. These are temperatures which are increasing. These are decreasing. This is 0. This is minus. This is plus. Okay. Temperatures will decrease. Temperatures will decrease in the stratosphere. Why? I will tell you. Then it will be stable here. Again increase. Stable here. Again decrease in the mesosphere. Again increase in the stratosphere. In the ionosphere and stratosphere. Sorry, exosphere. Clear? And this is called as this point. This is called as tropopause. Tropopause. This is called as a stratopause. Pause. Just make it. Tomorrow we will detailedly we will see about the structure of the atmosphere. Heading should be structure. Structure of the atmosphere. That we will cover tomorrow. Clear?